It's interesting how things that appear similar can be so different. For instance, driving in Canada is not like driving in India. Canadian traffic rules are really different from those in India. And by different, I mean they exist. When you Google driving in India, one of the first articles to come up is how to drive in India without dying. I've heard Disneyland is considering getting rid of Mr. Toad's Wild Race and replacing it with Mr. Toad Driving in India. Let me tell you, that toad would not survive for 1 minute on the streets of Bombay. In Canada, the proper distance between cars is 1 car length for every 10 miles per hour that you drive. In India, the distance between cars is 1 sheet of paper, no matter the speed. Here in Canada, we have divider lines in the middle of the road. That line exists to keep us all safely driving in one direction on our side of the road. In India, it is as though that line were a venomous snake, and drivers continuously drive over it in the hopes of eradicating the beast. It's a constant game of chicken with drivers crossing the line and rushing straight towards each other at high speeds until the last possible second when one of them turns into the other lane. Driving in India is like running with the bulls in Pamplona draped in red, constantly turning around and running straight towards the bulls. Traffic in India requires 100% awareness and alertness. You never know what surprise might jump out at you. And as a result, the whole experience of driving becomes much more interactive and involving. This is the same with human trafficking around the world. It requires 100% of our awareness and alertness and can still surprise us at every turn. The only way to make a change is to interact and get involved, not by keeping a distance, because that's not going to be possible to tackle this borderless crime. This borderless crime calls for a borderless response. It calls for borderless compassion and a borderless sense of justice. Our God is a borderless God and a God of justice, and nothing infuriates God more than this. As followers of Christ, it is our calling to boldly confront injustice and demonstrate love through both our words and deeds. By doing so, we can find solace in the knowledge that God's divine plan will ultimately triumph and wrongdoings will be held accountable. Job 12:22 says that He reveals the deep things of darkness and brings utter darkness into the light. What a wonderful assurance to have.